Good evening, ladies and gentle people. We are back at MRC. It is the Tier 1 boys having a go around Japan. The Tier 2 boys are currently drying off from their race where it was absolutely torrential rain. So it'll be very, very interesting to see if we get that again with the Tier 1 boys. I am joined tonight by none other than Bit himself. Carl Edens, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
Not too bad. First time in the comms box for Tier 1, so be a different point of view for watching these quicker drivers.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from these boys. They are pretty blooming quick, to be honest. And it is lovely to see Europel back in the Tier 1 seat. Not a permanent seat, but he is back, and it is lovely to see him back. He's been gone for quite a while now. So, the first man who will be going round the track will be Nick BT, who is a man who has had a very, very good season so far. He's had some good points finishes.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm having problems with my phone, apologies.
No, that's alright, don't worry. We are about to go on board with a lap from Nick BT, so you take your time, sort your phone out, and I will run through a lap with this man as he comes through 130R. Very heavy braking zone, down into the final chicane. As long as my headset doesn't disconnect. Here we go, on to the pit straight, DRS straight. Very long, you want to get a really nice exit. It's so easy to lose traction on that exit. And then he's going to brake really hard, really late, down to 4th gear. Get on the power as soon as is humanly possible. Then you're going to hold 6th, maybe 5th through most of this. You're not really going to want to change gear too much. Keep the traction. Then, here we go, the uphill left-hander. Now you can really plant the throttle down. Long, long left-hander. And then it's a very hard braking zone into Degna 1. And an even harder braking zone into Degna 2. Here we go, up the hill. Then the curb on the right is your braking zone for the hairpin. Hold it as late as you can and then power the throttle down once you're in a straight line. Long, long right-hander here, leading down to Spoon. You're going to brake at about 75 meters, down to 5th or 6th gear. Brake hard again down to 4th or 5th gear. And get on the power as soon as possible. Again, very easy to lose traction here. As we go on the run down to 130R, this is flat all the way. You do not want to lift for a millisecond. And then here we are, hard braking zone, about 125 meters into the chicane. And again, you want to make sure your car is completely straight before you power that throttle down. And here comes Nick BT with a banker of a 1 minute 28.7. That is rapid for a banker lap.
Yeah, whilst you've been doing the onboard lap with Nick BT, I've been following Chris, who's just done a 28.7 on mediums. It was a nice, tidy, clean lap by Chris on the medium tyres. Alex goes pole on a 28.6 on the softs.
That is a disgusting mediums time. 127.5 from Ugoni. Yeah. Yeah, there's Ugoni. We expect nothing less from that man. Where is Europel? He's on a lap. Oh, he's invalidated. Never mind.
Calvin's also done his banker on the medium tyre, but he's done a 29.2.
That's still a pretty good lap on mediums. 29 dead for Kisa.
Round.
Oh, he's not having the best start, unfortunately. So let's look at LRL. Go on.
Just seeing Sarsto go P2 on a 27.8, I just jumped to him as he was coming around the final corner.
This is a man who... Oh, 27.4 from Saviour. Hello. What I was about to say is J Sarge is a man who is very all of a sudden found his pace again. He's been sat sort of lower midfield for a season or two now. And the last couple of races, he's suddenly come flying back through and is setting rapid times.
He has, because I've been following the Tier 1 boys, but obviously from a different point of view, with being in a group with Chris and that. He has improved quite a bit as the season's progressed, and he's starting to find his feet a bit more now.
Yeah, he is a bit. Fair play to him. Here comes Dumbest Hornet on the run-up to 130R. Let's see where he's going to be. 113 dead at the end of Sector 2. That's not a bad little sector time. Looking very tidy through the chicane. Gets on the power nicely. 1 minute 30.1. That's not a bad little banker lap.
Decent banker lap, quicker than my banker lap, that's for sure, from Tier 2 earlier.
Yeah, my banker lap was... There's no way of putting it. It was depressing, is what it was.
Mind you, my banker lap was done on a set of mediums, and then I did my final run on a set of softs.
Yeah. I mean, the conditions were weird for qualifying, because it wasn't raining, but the track temperature was so low.
It was very, very overcast. There was hardly any blue sky at all.
Yeah.
For qualifying.
So getting the heat in your tyres and keeping the heat in your tyres was really, really difficult in Tier 2.
Probably why I felt like the mediums didn't really feel so good, and I did 2 laps on them, but it still wasn't really felt right.
Yeah, I was going to do mediums, but I looked at the track temp and I was just like, I just can't risk it.
And doing his trademark rounds on the intermediates.
Oh, come on, Ant. We discussed this earlier today, man. Mark is about to start his lap, so we will jump back on board with him in a little bit. Is anyone on a lap? G-Star jumps up to P4. 27.9. Very nice lap.
I think the only one on a lap apart from Ant at the moment is Mark.
I think it is, yeah, so we will ride on board with him as he's just coming towards Dunlop, I believe he's coming towards. Yes, he is. Carrying some very nice speed through there.
Looks very stable.
Looks like a very stable setup. Takes the Degners very well. According to my mini-map, that was a purple sector, but no offence, Mark Hodgson, I do not trust the mini-map.
Beautiful car, mind you, the Aston Martin, I will say that. Well, I do drive it myself in Tier 2.
It is a very beautiful car, to be fair. I like the Aston.
Prefer it now, it's got no pink on it, that's for sure.
Yeah, when it had the pink on it, it made it look like, you know that hairspray brand?
Yeah, but that was mainly because of the Best Water Technology BWT sponsorship.
Exactly that. 1 minute 11.4 from Hodgie in the middle sector. That's a pretty good sector time right there. Nice
and smooth through the Casio triangle.
Very nice. Here he comes. What's he going to do? A 28.2. P7 for Hodgson. Very nice.
Yeah, Mark's another one that I've noticed over time is starting to find his grip in Tier 1. I mean, he struggled last season.
Yeah,
but he's starting to find his feet now.
Yeah, he's looking much more confident at the moment, to be fair to him. Who have we got on a lap? Chris Bailey is 4/10 up on a set of softs so far. That was just the first sector. So here he comes round Spoon. One of my favourite corner names in all of F1.
Looks very planted.
It does.
Apparently it's gone purple middle, but I doubt that on Chris.
7/10 up, though. That is a pretty good place to be right now. What's he going to do? He's going to do a 27.8. Puts him into P4. Very nice.
Did the short run to the line as well to try and lose as less time possible on the run to the line.
Yeah, exactly that. If you get a small twitch, you can lose 1/10, 2/10 just in that small run to the line.
It's quite a nice track to do the short run to the finish line because of the way the exit, the Casio triangle is.
Yeah.
But it's just about getting that power down without spinning the rears up and losing the back end.
I mean, personally, there are a lot of words I would use to describe Japan, and fun will never be one of them.
I would say fun.
No, I hate this track with a blind passion, and I cannot tell you how relieved I am that it's over.
It'll come round again, don't you worry.
Oh, I really hope not. Can't stand this track. So let's see the YouTube chat. Jamie Blithell. This week, because he comes from the future every single week, and this week he predicts that BRD Calvin wins. Bold prediction, we'll see if it holds.
He's currently P10 at the moment.
But I don't think he's done his softs run yet, actually. He's just on it at the moment, he's invalidated. We've got Mark Dennison. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? And Smith has joined us and says good luck to all of the Tier 1 boys.
Obviously, Mark cheering on the other Mark as well. Former teammates in Tier 1, if I'm not mistaken.
You are, in fact, completely correct, sir.
Because I remember reserving for the two of them a couple of times last season, and actually, if my maths is correct, I outscored both of them. Not to my own horn.
Well, it sounds like to me that you're asking to be promoted at this point.
No.
Bit for Tier 1.
Please no.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to fight with these boys, to be honest. Dumbest Hornet is up by a second in the first sector alone. This could jump him a couple of places at least.
Lorpe's just improved slightly on his lap time. I think he gained just the one place to 13th.
Okay, it's still an improvement, we like that. And around Spoon goes Dumbest Hornet. He does look very, very planted.
Oh, ants on mediums.
He's actually done a viable lap. Oh my goodness, I'm shook. 1.5 seconds for Dumbest Hornet. Ran a little bit wide out of 130R, but he's kept it going. Here he comes around the final chicane. A 1 minute 28.3, P12 for Dumbest Hornet. Very nice.
Time's coming in thick and fast a bit now, especially as we're coming to near the end. Got about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes.
LRL jumps up to P5. Nice lap from him. Nick BT is on his out lap. Ant is invalidated. What's Mark Hodgson doing? He's in the first sector. And he's on a fast lap, so let's see what he can do. He's looking like he's got some great turn-in on that car.
Yeah, looks very, very planted through the S curves.
Yeah. He's just under a 10th up through the first sector.
Slower car gets out of the way nice and well.
Very well done there.
I think that'll be LRL on a cooldown.
Think so, yeah. Carrying some good pace down towards Spoon. Hard on the brakes. I kind of get real-life Red Bull vibes from this car. It looks like Hodgie just turns the wheel and the car goes exactly where he wants it to.
Well, I have been told that when it comes to setup this year, it's mainly suspension that it's mainly around. The aero doesn't really matter this time around.
Not as much as it used to, no.
It's all about suspension from what Chris Bailey's been telling me.
28 dead for Mark Hodgson into P9. Very, very nice lap. Everyone's waited for the last second, so we're going to have a lot of people coming out of the pits now.
Yeah, quite a few of them. You got Chris Bailey on an outlap, Sarge on an outlap, G-Star on an outlap, Lawrence here, and Alex. I think Hayes is the first one to cross the line on a flying lap.
Who's that, sorry?
Oh, Calvin's been disqualified.
Oh! Oh, spin in the pit lane. Oh, no.
Ooh.
That is
My
a
guess
shame.
is he was probably going slow so people on a fast lap can go without any problem because of the exit of the pit lane. And the game's just instantly just thought, oh, you're blocking the pit lane, we're going to disqualify you.
Don't we just love
harsh,
these F1
if I
games?
must say. Harsh, harsh.
The bugs on these games are just unbelievable.
I don't think it's the bugs necessarily, I just think it's the way Codemasters and EA have programmed the penalty system, because it's hard to mimic the penalty system in real life in a computer game.
Yeah.
That's not me defending them, by the way. Don't think that, please. I wouldn't defend them into my life.
No, they don't deserve defending, I'm afraid.
Nah, I'm just saying on a certain side of things.
Yes, indeed. So, red car is on a lap. Let's see where he is at the end of the second sector as he's just come through Spoon. Excuse me. Got a very nice exit there.
Keys has just improved.
Oh, Ugoni with a 27.4.
Just behind him.
It's going to be close at the top, mind you.
Very close. I mean, it was close between two cars in Tier 2.
It was.
Less than a tenth.
It was very, very close. Here
and
comes
to be
red
honest,
car.
I think it's less than a tenth here now.
Yeah, 129 dead for red car.
Decent lap.
Pretty good lap, yeah. I'm not sure Dumbest Hornet's going to make the line.
Chris Bailey takes quickest lap,
27.3. What a lap from Bailey.
He does love Japan after all. It's one of his favourite tracks, and he always seems to deliver here.
Oh, and he lost it. Oh, Dumbest Hornet was so worried about getting to the line, and he lost it. So that's Dumbest Hornet out of this. Well, not out of the session, but he will not improve. Europel's retired. He's had a crash.
Yeah, he dropped it. Everyone trying to get their last laps in at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. J Sarge is not on a lap.
Still looking good for Chris, who's currently provisional pole at the moment.
Let's see what Saviour can do as he comes towards... Here's the exit of Spoon. Excuse me. Is he going to improve? 2.5 tenths. This could be pole for Saviour.
It's going to be very close.
Oh, he had a big lock up into the chicane though. Oh, he lost all his time!
Just that small lock up into the Casio triangle.
Yeah, that's all it takes, unfortunately. LRL's up on his time, but not by very much.
Sarge just coming through 130 out.
Up to P7. I think J Sarge is off his time. Yeah, he's into the pits. So I think that will be our starting grid. So there we go. Chris Bailey takes pole in Japan, followed by Ugoni in P2. Laurentia, Saviour, J Sarge, G-Star Snipes, LRL, Ziad, Europel, and Alex Egerich. Followed by Anton, Mark, Dumbest Hornet, Loppy, Nick BT, Kisa Soze, Sociopath, Red Car, Call Me the Brave, and Calvin was unfortunately DSQ'd from the session. So, any early predictions on a winner?
first and foremost, you can never bet against Eugeni. That's one thing, but it's his favourite track here. He does well. I am going to say I'm going to go for Chris, because honestly, I'd like to see him win today. It's his favourite track, and it'll just make his day to win here. That is close between the top 3.
Yeah, less than a tenth between the top 3, and then Saviour's not really that far behind either.
No, he's not. Neither Sarge, to be fair.
It's only a second all the way down to P13.
Mental.
So that is incredible around Japan. That is amazing qualifying session.
Tier 1 showing us all how it's done as usual.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, if you want to feel really bad about your own driving, come and do comms for Tier 1.
Or watch the stream, or watch someone that's racing.
Yeah, indeed. Because I looked at my banker lap time, and I looked at other people's banker lap times. In fact, I looked at my final lap time, and I thought, I'm slower than these guys' banker lap. It's just a bit sad.
I did look. Honest, I'm going to be honest, I didn't look. I wasn't thinking about it.
You don't want to, trust me.
No.
So we have a dry race. I'm incredibly disappointed that they don't have to suffer the same pain that Tier 2 did.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Finished like a monsoon in Tier 2.
It did, but I refused to give up and go to full wets because I just refused.
It was
plain and simple.
It wasn't really worth it. Because of the safety car at that point as well. Everyone was bunched up. You'd be losing more time than you'd probably gain if you'd switch to the full wets.
Well, in the final safety car, I did have another pit stop because I was so far off the back at that point. I thought, you know what? A fresh set of inters may be exactly what I require. And it paid off, to be fair. But there was a moment where I was like, ooh, do I go full wets? But I went, no, I don't think that's going to work.
I was a bit different because after that safety car I was about mid-pack, and by the end of it I was just tippy-toeing round trying to make sure I didn't make a mistake and just trying to finish.
Yeah, exactly. Right, let's see what tyres people are on. So, basically, the entire grid is on mediums, except for Ugoni, Kisasoze and Sociopath on hards, and Anton and LRL on softs. So that was nice and easy. That was the easiest tyre sum-up I think I've ever had to do in my life.
I've got a feeling that, because the one thing I have noticed with Ant, whether it's Tier 1 or X on a Friday when he races, he seems to go ridiculously long on those soft compound tyre. I don't know how he does it, but he always seems to take them a ridiculous long way.
Yeah, I'm always amazed by his tyre whispering abilities, to be honest. I've never known anyone, except maybe someone like Saviour in MRCX, take softs as far as Anton does.
Yeah. I mean, most of these, you say tyre whisperers, couple names that come to mind as well who are in this race as well is Calvin and Redcar. I know they are very good on their tyres as well.
And I have to say, as someone I practice a lot with, so is Dumbest Hornet. I have to say, he looks after his tyres remarkably well when he's not doing pirouettes.
I will say this, your brother is a very decent driver, and I will say that. Your brother is a very decent driver.
I'll let you say it, because if I say it, then I'm being nice about my brother, and I refuse to do such things.
You don't want to sound biased.
No, absolutely not. So I will say he's an average driver at best, even though he's in Tier 1.
And doing a good job, mind you.
Do you know what? I hate to say it. He's not had a disastrous start to this season. He's had a points finish in the first 4 races.
So what you're saying is, when you seen him get put into Tier 1, you had your fingers crossed to say he would have a bit of a poor one.
Well, when I referred him, I said, look, he's probably not going to get many points finishes, but we can give him a go. He's no assists. First race of the season, he gets a point, and I was like, oh, god damn it. He's already proved me wrong, and we're 1 race in.
Just waiting for the last few cars to line up. You got the
yes, we are.
red car, Call me the Brave,
focus
and
on
obviously
important
Calvin.
things, not my
Look
brother.
at that angle on red car.
Oh my gosh, he is going aggressive. Right, the grid is set. Any second now. The lights are going to come on. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are away! It is a very, very good start from Ugoni, who's already made a move on Chris on those hard tyres. He's had a great start. Laurenti has a look up the inside, but Chris Bailey defends beautifully there. What else have we got? J Sarge, P4. I think he's made a move on Saviour there. We've had a few issues at the back, I think.
Clean and tidy at the back.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's the thing about the Tier 1 drivers. You can generally see a pretty clean start to a race in this tier.
We get it sometimes in Tier 2.
Every so often. But Chris Bailey is just comfortably staying behind Ugoni at the moment. He does not want to push those tyres too hard. LRL has half a look up the inside of Saviour, but backs out through the hairpin.
Mark had a bit of a look at the hairpin on Ant, Ant took a wider line through the hairpin, Mark took the inside line, but Ant stayed ahead.
Oh, Chris Bailey had a really nice exit at a spoon as well. Can he get Ugoni on the run up to 130R? He's got the run. They are side by side, and he's through before 130R. Very nice move from Bailey there. J Sarge is up to P3 now.
Single file at the back.
J Sarge is having a beautiful start to this race.
Yeah, he always does seem to get good starts.
He does. Fair play to him. I must learn his secrets. Nick BT's already in the pits.
Probably for damage.
Probably, unfortunately.
I'll just have a quick look. Yep, new front wing. He's also swapping to the hard tyres as well.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea right now.
At least that's got his magnetary stop out the way as well.
Well,
he's
exactly.
used 2 different compounds.
Now he can just see how far he can take those hard tyres.
And red car are in as well. Both for front
really
wings as well, I'm guessing. Yes, they are both as red cars coming out on a set of soft tyres, and Keys are coming out on a set of medium tyres.
Okay. I think Keys started on the hard, so he didn't have much option there, unfortunately.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, red car was on the medium tyres on the start.
Yes, he was.
Calvin's just made a move on Social Pass for 16th.
Ooh, very nice. He's made up a few places there on the start, to be fair. Ugoni's fallen off the back of Chris Bailey a little bit. But I'm sure it's all part of Ugoni's plan.
Probably just easing those hard tyres in, because the one thing I have probably think about with the hard tyres is you don't want to bring them in straight away, you want to ease them in.
Yeah, absolutely. Laurentia's got back past J Sarge as well. And past Ugoni for good measure.
Yep, made a move into turn 1.
Very nice move.
Ant and LRL on the soft tyres, obviously they started on them, and not making the advances I thought they would with being on the softer tyre.
Yeah, I thought they might be pushing a little bit harder. The Europel's gone! He hasn't broken his car, but he's lost his front wing, I think.
Yeah, I've just noticed Social Pass in the pits, probably for damage or something.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
He's gone to the soft tyres. So hopefully
that's an interesting choice.
I'm guessing it's probably to do with strategy, I don't know, unless he wants to make up for a bit of time for in case there's a safety car.
Yeah,
I said the dreaded word, I'm sorry.
If there's a safety car, you heard it from Bit first. It's nothing to do with me this time. J Sarge is right up the back of Ugoni coming into 130R. And he gets the run. Is he going to get it into the chicane? No, he's not. He backs. Oh, but a big kick from Ugoni. Is J Sarge going to get enough of a run here? They've both got DRS. They're side by side, going down towards turn 1, and J Sarge gets the move done.
Bit of swapping and changing in the mid-pack. Ant's up to 9th, Alex 10th, and now Mark's down to 11th.
Yeah, he's having a nice little race,
Quite
Alex.
a few position changes there.
Yeah.
I reckon one car made a mistake to allow Ant to get that much of a gap already.
Yeah, I think they must have done, yeah. Just a small
It's so
twitch in
easy
defense.
to, though, round Japan to make a mistake.
Oh, it really is. Ooh, Dumbest Hornet ran a little bit wide out of the first Degner. Oh, and G-Star's out! Where's he gone?
First what?
Oh, out of the hairpin! That is very easy to do.
Why did I have to mention the safety car?
Yes, it is clearly all your fault, Bert. I take zero responsibility. But there we go. That was a very intense first stint. Even though it was only 4 laps, there was a lot going on there.
I would expect the likes of probably LRL and to probably get off those soft tyres.
I mean, I would imagine so, yeah. I would think so.
Oh, Lawrence here's pitting.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, Calvin's got a drive through.
Oh, no. Again, so easy to do.
Yeah, got a few pitters. Yeah, LRL's in to get off those soft tyres and continued.
Again, Ant is a man who can really look after his soft tyres, so...
Calvin's in as well, but he won't be able to serve his drive through.
No, he will not, unfortunately.
Just to let you know on tyres, Lawrence Sierra swapped to the hard tyre, LRL has swapped to the medium, Call Me the Brave has swapped to the hard tyre, and Calvin has put a fresh medium on.
Okay. I would have thought
and Social
that
Pass
unless
pitted as well under the safety car.
Okay.
And so's Red Car, so they're getting off the soft tyres as well.
I would have thought unless you were on the hard tyre, this would be a sensible time to go on to the hard tyre. I would have thought.
Social Pass decided to go back onto his used set of hard tyres.
Not the worst decision. If there's a safety car or two, he might be able to get those to the end.
Yeah, he's only done 2 laps on them, so there won't be too worse for wear.
No, I think he can get those to the end if he nurses them a little bit.
I mean, the safety car will help a little bit, because it's usually about 2 or 3 laps under safety car, depending on how spread the pack is.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. So while we're under safety car, let's do some Japanese Grand Prix facts, just for fun. So, how many driver championships do you think have been decided at Japan? Because it's a few.
It's that many, I probably couldn't count off the top of my head.
It was 13.
That is a
13
lot.
drivers' championships have been decided, and there have been 36 events, so that's a pretty high number.
Yeah, obviously one of the most infamous, or the 2 most infamous title deciders in Japan would have to be the 2 involving a certain Brazilian and French driver, Senna and Prost.
Yeah, indeed, that was a very interesting start to a race.
You had the incident at the Casio Triangle. I think that was was that 88? 1988?
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it was 1990 where they collided at turn 1.
Yes. That was the very interesting start to a race that I was alluding to.
If anyone in the YouTube chat can make sure I am correct on the years, 88 for the Casio Triangle and 90 for the turn 1. Because I'm not 100% sure, but I think those were the 2 years for those ones.
Yes. So
Another one would be Schumacher breaking the drought for Ferrari in 2000.
Yep. Indeed. So, what else have we got? So, there have been 2 well-known tracks that the Japanese Grand Prix have been held at, which is Suzuka and, can you name the other one?
Fuji.
Yep, the Fuji Speedway, which was held in 1976 and 77 before Japan was taken off the calendar. Then it returned in 87 at Suzuka, where it was held for 20 years. Then in 2007 it moved back to Fuji for 2 years, and then it was back to Suzuka from 2009.
It was a very, I swear it was a very, very wet race at Fuji in 2007.
Do you know, it's one of those races that I honestly just cannot remember. I just can't remember that race at all.
I got safety cars in, but I have this very vague memory that it was very, very wet conditions at Mount Fuji.
Oh, there you go. So here we go. Let's jump on board with Chris Bailey, who has gone. And has caught J Sarge sleeping just a little bit. But not a lot of movement on the track so far. As I say, Calvin's lost it. Oh, he's pitted.
Through.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's serving his drive-through. Sensible thing.
Yeah,
option.
Just get it out of the way. Ziad is looking absolutely rapid on the back of Saviour at the start of this. He's practically pushing him through the S's. But
Wonder how the
Saviour's...
softs are feeling on Ant.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's going to get many more laps out of those, but then again, it's Ant, so maybe he will.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Ziad was actually having a little look at Saviour going into the hairpin.
Yeah, he had half a look, but didn't quite put off, but Ant is right there with them as well.
The grip of the soft tyre is probably still there for the time being, but the question is how much longer for?
Yeah, he's got through the graining phase now, I think, so now it's just waiting for the general fallout. Dumbest Hornet's fallen off the back of Mark just a little bit, and he doesn't want to fall back too far because he's got Loppy very close behind him.
Oh, I've just jumped to Nick BT, who's trying to have a look at Call Me the Brave into the Casio triangle.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
He tried to go around the outside for the first part, which became the inside for the second part, but didn't quite. But looking to go around the outside turn 1.
Oh, too wide in turn 1.
Brave stuff.
Oh, he's still there.
Oh.
He's still there. Oh, and he backs out. Oh, that was some amazing driving.
That was great stuff.
Wow.
Absolute great stuff by the pair of them.
Oh, Dumbest Hornet's lost a couple of places. A lot of places. He's had a moment. But yeah, that was some amazing driving. Very respectful from both of them, leaving plenty of racing room.
I mean, brave stuff trying to go around the outside of turn 1 and turn 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be trying that.
I wouldn't attempt it.
I'd panic and twitch without any need to twitch other than my own panic. Tell you what, J Sarge is really holding Chris Bailey here.
Yeah, they're very close to each other at the front. He's got former teammates back in Ferrari.
Yeah.
Several seasons ago.
Can J Sarge get the exit? No, Chris Bailey gets a very, very nice exit onto the pit straight.
Oh, we've got a yellow.
Dumbest Hornet again.
That was at the Casio triangle.
Oh, that's a shame.
Sarge hounding the gearbox of Chris Bailey through the S's.
Pushing Chris Bailey through the S's.
Thing is though, would Sarge be taking more of the tyre out doing this? I wonder if Chris Bailey is just trying to manage his tyre at the moment, probably.
He's learning from Hamilton. He's got someone behind him and he's just like, I'm looking after my tyres. I'm fine.
Sooner or later we'll get a quick message in the air saying his tyres have gone, but then all of a sudden fastest lap, fastest lap, fastest lap, fastest lap.
Yeah, in true Hamilton style.
Well, he is in a Mercedes as Sarge is having to look at the inside going into Spoon.
Oh,
but
he did have a look. Oh, Chris Bailey runs wide and has a big twitch.
Got on the curbs in the middle of Spoon, but
he's held it though. But Ugoni's right in on this battle now as well.
Forever the shark in the Ferrari as Ugoni, always lingering there, waiting to strike.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't have to go for the move too early. It'll come to him eventually.
The scrapping between Sarge and Chris is also bringing Saviour into play as well.
Yeah, J Sarge is going to have DRS now, so here he goes. Chris Bailey isn't going to fight too hard
makes
there.
The move before the corner.
Now Chris Bailey needs to stick with... Oh, J Sarge has a massive moment!
Ooh.
Chris Bailey gets it straight back.
Good save by Sarge, could have easily have ended in the wall there.
How he held that, I have no idea. That was amazing driving.
Cat-like reflexes.
Honestly, if that had been me, I'd be out of the session. I'd be done.
Lopez losing places. He's lost one to Nick BT.
Down to P12, unfortunately.
Laura Pell's just had Call Me the Brave. Tell you what, there's a few position changes happening towards the back of the grid compared to at the front, as LRL's just took Mark for P8.
Yeah, but Mark is holding very close to the back of him through Spoon.
LRL on the flasher tyres.
Yeah, he just gets a better exit, unfortunately.
Eugeni's going to be looking to line Chris up into turn 1.
Europel is right on the back of Loppy. But just... Loppy has a moment. No, oh, I think that was a glitch. Oh. Yeah, not much is going to happen there.
Oh, Chris is flashing. He's used a lot of VRS defending the lead.
Do you know what?
I've just seen his car flashing through the S's.
He really has, but that is the trouble around Japan, is that the DRS is powerful.
Especially if you get a good run out of the final corner and good traction out of the Casio triangle.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh, I've just noticed in the YouTube chat, Mark Dennison has just corrected me about the Casio triangle incident. It was 89.
Oh, there you go.
So I was 1 year off.
You were close. I respect the effort.
Close, but no cigar.
And Richard Bailey says that the Okayama International Circuit, formerly known as TI Circuit AIDA, held the Pacific Grand Prix in 94 and 95. So there you go.
Impressive piece of information, that.
So, where are we? J Sarge and Ugoni and Chris Bailey are all so close together. And is J Sarge going to send it up into the chicane? No, he is not.
Bit of a peak, though.
He had a look.
But this train behind Chris at the moment,
and into the pits he goes.
Yeah, Sarge probably took... My guess is Sarge has decided to pit because the amount of traffic, and he's probably going to look at the undercut here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he has gone to the hard tyre, so he is looking at the undercut, which is very strong on this game.
It is very strong, and Ugoni got the move done on Bailey.
And still going on those soft tyres, 11 laps.
Oh, someone's had a moment in Sector 1. 3 seconds for Hornet.
3 seconds.
First penalty.
Massive snake from first all the way down to as Laurentier just makes the move on Ant into the hairpin, but Ant will have the inside on the exit, keeps the position.
Very nice, got it back.
That's used softs versus fresh hards.
Yeah, indeed. And Chris Bailey's just falling off the back of Ugoni a bit here. Is it maybe time for him to just pit and get on a set of hard tyres?
I'm wondering if those on the medium tyres, Chris Xavier and Ziad will probably... I wonder if they'll pit to try and cover off Sarge.
I think they're going to have to, because J Sarge is going to start making back some places pretty quickly, I would imagine. Although he just gets 3 seconds. As well.
Oh! Ants round at the exit of the Casio Triangle. I think there was a very minute contact with another car.
But he stays out on his soft tyres.
Alex is pitted, getting rid of a set of 12-lap mediums. Dunwest Hornet in as well, looking to get off the medium tyre as well. Oh,
yeah, I think
both
it's about
have gone
time.
To the hard tyre.
Dumbest Hornet's had a spin or two, so it's time to get rid of those, I think.
But the snake at the front of the grid, the front of the pack with the leaders.
Ziad is really, really hounding Xavier.
Ziad's got some very good pace under him.
Oh, he looked to try and get the exit there, but couldn't quite do it. Yeah, he has got some absolutely amazing pace. Fair play to the man.
And then you got Laurentier and LRL just off the back of it, but both within DRS of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Mark Hodgson slowly bringing that gap down a little bit. So which of these medium runners of positions 2, 3 and 4, who is going to blink and pit first?
I couldn't call it.
It's not Chris Bailey. None of them have pitted. They're going to keep going. This has to be the lap, surely. You don't want to take these mediums further than 14 laps.
Ants finally decided to go off the soft tyre.
I mean, yeah, having said that, you don't want to take the mediums further than 14 laps. Ants just taken the soft 13, so what do I know, eh?
Lorpy's getting off the set of mediums.
Yeah, I think this is now the crossover period.
Yes. Sarge is currently up to 14th after pitting, but that's because a few people have recently pitted themselves.
Yeah.
But the question is where will he be in around about the other drivers that were on the Laurentier tried to have a look.
As it stands, he's only 18 seconds behind the leader.
And how much is a pit stop at Japan?
Oh,
good catch by LRL just into Spoon. I just caught that at the back of my shot.
Nice. I want to say it's about 18, 19 seconds. But
so
it could be longer.
Be very, very close then.
But he's very close to pulling off a spectacular undercut here.
It's never a bad idea, really, to have a go at the undercut. As Saviour's the first one to blink of the front runners.
Yeah, he's Chris Bailey and Ziad just staying out on those mediums. As Laurentier gets past
I'm going
Ziad.
to stay with Saviour to see where he comes out in proximity to Sarge.
Yeah, please let us know.
Sarge has made the position. And he's already into turn 1 before Saviour comes out. Yes.
That undercut is working as a dream, but will his tyres hold out that long?
I reckon they will be worse for wear. Not as bad as probably what we'd probably think, but worse for wear.
Yeah.
As I think Mark's dropped it out of the second egg knot.
Oh no, he has. Again, that's very, very easy to do.
All you have to do is just get on the curb on exit and it unsettles the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could just catch the curb on the inside and that'll also flip the car around as well.
It definitely will. Is Chris Bailey finally going to blink?
Just want to quick say, red car in 8th, having a quiet race at the moment, keeping himself to himself. He's on the hard tyres.
Mark H is out!
That's a spoon.
Chris Bailey's just past the pit lane as well. What a nightmare for Bailey.
Everyone outside the top 6 is pitting because Nick BT's in, red car's in, Call Me the Brave's in, Sarge is now up to P7. Call Me the Brave's gone for the softs.
Tell you what though, Chris Bailey's missed the pit lane, but if he plays this right, he won't lose much time to J Sarge from his pit stop because of the safety car.
Yes. I mean, the safety car is waiting for them, I would say it just before turn 3.
Yeah.
Will we see Eugenie pit as well? That's the question. He's on the hard tyre.
I think this is a pretty good moment for him to pit. He's not going to lose out to Bailey or Laurenti or Ziad.
10 laps on the mediums is definitely doable. 10, 11 laps is definitely doable. So.
Oh, yeah. This has played into Eugenie's hands beautifully. Question is, are they going to get out ahead of J Sarge? It's unlikely.
Well, it's 14 seconds to Laura Powell, who's in 6th. So obviously you don't lose that much time under a safety car, so these front drivers will probably get out ahead of him as they are all diving in.
Let's go on board with J Sarge.
Obviously having to stick to a delta.
Oh, J Sarge
Sarge is fit. Chris has gone soft, Ziad's gone soft, Eugenie mediums. Laurenti mediums.
Eugenie mediums. This suddenly got very interesting.
Saviour stayed out, but he has recently just pitted for the hard tyre, so it's no hardship staying out on those because he knows they will go to the end.
This suddenly got very interesting because Chris Bailey, great position on those soft tyres. He can take those 10 laps easy. Ziad on the softs, gonna be very, very competitive.
I mean, we could be looking about 2 laps under the safety car, so it's definitely not a bad option to go for the softs. Obviously, the medium would be the safer option.
It would.
In my opinion.
But this is, as Ant has proved, you can definitely take the softs that fast. But Chris Bailey is going to want to get his head down, get past Eugenie and build a gap so that when his tyres start to go off, he's got some breathing room.
Oh yeah, definitely. He'll definitely want to try and stick with Eugenie on the restart and at least try and have a look into turn 1 to make the move as quickly as possible while he's got the advantage of the softer and quicker rubber.
Yeah, exactly that. So it's going to be very interesting. Ziad again. He's a man who has some pretty rapid pace, but he needs to get the move done on Laurenti ASAP.
And then if he gets a chance at Eugenie, probably have a stab at Eugenie as well while you got the better tyre under you.
Yeah, and then you've got Call Me the Brave on a set of softs. He could potentially make a couple of places up there. And also Calvin down in P15. Don't count him out yet on those soft tyres.
Oh, definitely not. He's always safety car is in.
They are very late calls in this tier. So let's see when Eugenie's going to go. He's gone. And Chris Bailey's been caught napping just a little bit. But he's not under any threat from Laurentiia just yet.
No position changes going down to turn. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Someone's round at the back. Calvin's round.
That's unfortunate.
Possible contact maybe on the restart because they were quiet. There were a few cars close together on the run down to turn 1.
Yeah, could have been. Ziad is absolutely hounding Laurentiia on his fresh off. Actually found a little bit of pace and is right on the back of Chris Bailey.
Aeropel's looking at Saviour.
Oh, he tries to sit around the outside of the hairpin. Almost
his teammates
loses out
coming
to
into
Nick
play
BT.
as well. Nick BT looking to have a bit of fun as well.
Can Bailey get the move done on Ugoni? Gets a very nice exit out of Spoon. They're too wide going into 130R. Ugoni backs out. Chris Bailey takes the lead.
Now Chris is definitely going to have to look at getting his head down and open that gap while he's got the tyres underneath him.
He's got some fresh air, so I think we could see some good pace now.
And he's also got the fastest lap as well.
We like that. And a 29.7 at race pace, that is absolutely rapid.
Tier 1 showing off again.
Oh, absolutely, they love to do that.
I think Sarge has just made a move to 11th. That safety car has definitely not done Sarge any favours because it practically nullified that undercut.
It did, and he's got a penalty, so that's really, really messed up his race, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he's currently stuck behind the Aston Martin of red car Ram.
Defend very, very
respectful as well.
Oh yeah. But he's like Alonso, he can make his car super wide.
Yeah, he's been on the opposite end of that with me a few times in the past.
Oh, Laurentia's getting the move done on Ugoni.
I wonder what downforce Eugeni's got in his car, because he doesn't seem to have the straight line speed as some of them, unless he's managing his ERS probably, as Chris goes even quicker with a 29.3.
He has built a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, oh, Eugeni pulling a defensive shape on Ziad.
Yeah, Ziad had half a look. But if I know Ugoni, then he probably hasn't even touched his ERS yet.
I'm not going to comment on that one because I don't want to give anyone advantages.
Well, no, absolutely.
Ziad right under his gearbox through the second Degner. Bit far back to have a look at the hairpin though. I wonder if he'll do the same as Chris and Laurentiia did and
get a
good exit out of Spoon and get in the slipstream with Eugeni and try and make the move down to 130R.
Yeah, LRL's just fallen off the back of Ziad a little bit, so he has got a bit of breathing room. Again, he got a beautiful exit, did Ziad? Here he comes. And once again, Ugoni loses out in the exact same place.
Ziad used a lot of ERS on that because he's currently flashing. So he has used as much as he can to try and make the move.
He has, yeah.
Which is what he needed to do.
And Laurentiia is in Chris Bailey's DRS, so Chris Bailey wants to build a bit of a gap here if he possibly can this lap.
Lapel's has got past Saviour with a DRS assistance on down to turn 1.
He's starting to make the moves as Europel.
I think those hard tyres are not helping Saviour at the moment, because everyone's on quicker tyres than him and probably a little bit fresher.
Yeah, absolutely. Nick BT is right on the back of him now, gets a very nice exit out of the second Degner, but doesn't quite have the pace to look at a move into the hairpin.
Lawrence here on the mediums, keeping as Calvin takes the fastest lap.
Ooh, very nice.
Now that is a driver that's got a lot of pace underneath him. It's disappointing to see him that far down.
Yeah, he's had a very unlucky race.
Yeah, he is a phenomenal driver, Calvin, and he's got rapid pace underneath him, so it's a shame to see him that far down the grid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonder if Lawrence here have a look down to turn 1 on Chris.
He's set himself up quite nicely.
They've dropped Ziad.
Yeah, they really have dropped
Both drivers are flashing. Chris has gone defensive to the inside. Lawrence here trying to look round the outside. He's ran wide and got on the curb. That's the only problem with attempting to move on the outside. You get on the curb on the outside of turn 1.
Yeah.
And it just seems to pull your car off track. Doesn't take much.
Yeah, it really does.
It almost feels like your car just bottoms out on the curb.
Exactly. It just stops turning.
Luckily, though, he didn't lose the place to Eugeni or Ziad as well, so he kept that P2 as we have a yellow as it repels round.
Ooh, he's not having
tumbling
the best
down
race,
the order, second Degner.
Every time he starts making places back, something else seems to happen to him, unfortunately.
Yeah, sensibly waiting for people to go past. His tyres are going to be red hot, so he's going to have to be careful as he's going.
Tell you what, Laurentia's come right back at Bailey, though. Got the gap down to 0.6 of a second.
Oh, Ant a bit wide out of Spoon, got out of shape, which allowed Sarge and Redcar to gain position. So that's Sarge into P8, Redcar into P9, Ant down to P10.
But it's a shame for Ant.
Nick BT's now just gone past Saviour into the Casio triangle.
Laurentia's got the DRS again. But Bailey holds on.
Just took Ziad.
Oh, he did.
I'm wondering if Ziad's took too much out of those soft tyres, because he is dropping off.
I think he might have done, you know.
Whereas Chris is controlling the pace out front, he's managing the tyres well.
Yeah, he's not pushing too hard, he's saving his pushing for when it really needs it.
Yeah. I will tell you what, oh, yellow flag at sector 1, Keyser's round. That's at the S's. I would say turn 5 or 6.
Yeah, that looks about right. One of the many S's.
I will say one driver that seems to be smelling blood in the water at the moment, and that's Eugeni, because he's right on the gearbox of both Laurentia and Chris.
Chris has not got the gap to Laurentia anymore.
Eugeni has been managing those mediums and waiting for the optimal moment to decide, right, I'm going to go for it now.
Laurentia sends it up the inside of 130R and gets the move done.
Eugeni looking to look in the Casio triangle, backs out of it.
But Chris Bailey defends beautifully. And now he's going to have some DRS.
Oh, Nick BT, 3 seconds.
And
that's going to hamper him.
Beautiful defending by Chris Bailey again, although Eugeni's coming back.
Just enough space between the pair of them.
Outstanding driving, and LRL's going to have a look now. Round the outside and then the inside of Dunlop. And Eugeni holds it off. Beautiful driving.
Very respectful by everyone in that top 5.
Tell you what, you see some absolutely staggering driving in this tier.
I will say this, seeing it from this view compared to what I'm used to seeing it,
Yeah.
It's just something to behold. It really is. It's something to behold.
Absolutely amazing. Just the right amount of room left. Such amazing driving. Chris Bailey's had a very nice spoon. You won't hear me say that too often. Ooh. Can he hold on to the DRS gap? Ugoni's having a look and sends it! And gets his braking perfect!
Good lord.
What a move from Ugoni!
Brave stuff.
He got his braking absolutely spot on there.
He left that as late as possible and got the car stopped.
If he'd left it a metre later, he'd have been out of it.
Oh yeah. Saviour now up to P6, I've just seen.
Yeah,
so the hard tyres look to be coming into play now.
Now, is Ugoni going to be able to hunt down Laurentier is the question. He definitely seems to be able to. He is narrowing that gap pretty swiftly.
Going back to what I said earlier, I think Ugoni's been managing those mediums until late in this stint.
Yeah. I think
he's definitely looks the more aggressive driver now that he's managed those mediums.
Doesn't want to make a move through 130R. He wants to wait and get that DRS because he held 7th for about half of the straight leading up to 130R. And had a massive twitch out of the chicane.
Yeah, Laurentier flashing as well, so he ain't got a lot of ERS to deploy.
Oh, and Ugoni looked like he was going to go for it again, but can't
quite
the
yellow
get it down.
flag. That's Dunbest Hornet at the final corner.
Not again.
He's decided to pit as well.
Did he decide to pit, or did he slide into the pit lane?
I could always retard in the pit lane.
I think he might have got some rear wing damage then.
Horrible, that.
Very, very unfortunate.
I did notice he had got 3 seconds as well in while we were discussing that. It's still anyone's in that top 5.
It really is.
But I would say, at this moment in time, looking at the way he is, I would say Ugoni is in the prime position, the way he's really trying to force Laurentier into a mistake.
Yeah. As long as he gets a good exit out of the chicane.
Fair play to Chris hanging on those soft tyres.
Yeah, he's doing a cracking job. Can Ugoni get the exit? This is his last DRS straight now. Yes, he can get the exit, and through he goes on the final lap.
Oh, looks like Nick BT's made a mistake.
Oh, he has, unfortunately.
Looked like it was at the final corner. Probably got too much on the power.
Yeah, probably. And now Ugoni's just pulling away from Laurentier as well, half a second. Although Laurentier's pulled it back a bit in the Degnas. Oh, a bit of a twitch.
I wonder if Laurentier's a bit more confident in the Degnas compared to Ugoni.
I think he is, because he did pull back about 1/10 of a second there, but lost about 2 to 3 tenths in the hairpin.
Probably that could probably be down to setup or tyres, because like I say, Ugoni probably could have been managing those mediums as Calvin's decided to retire in the pits. Disappointing race for him. Could have been so much better because he is a driver with phenomenal pace underneath him.
Yeah. Fabian, hello in the YouTube chat. He says there can only be one drive for the day and it's 100% Ryan.
Yeah, he deserves a shout. Quietly been plucking away as Ugoni takes the win.
Wins again, followed by Laurentia, Chris Bailey, LRL and Ziad, all in very close formation there. Here comes Saviour, and then J Sarge, and Ant will jump up to P6 because of penalties. Then Red Car,
Sarge,
Nick BT, call me the Brave.
Yep, Sarge remains P8.
Nick BT lost a few places there, unfortunately. Then comes Europel and Kisa Soze. Wow, that was an intense race, and there was a lot of really amazing wheel-to-wheel driving all the way through that.
Laurentia gets it from the game.
He does, and we will discuss that very shortly for our nominations. Once we see the podium celebrations. Ugoni again, he's going to... Oh! Yep. No, he's not the one that falls over, is he? No.
No.
I think that's Saviour.
Holding up the finger, letting everybody know who the number one in MRC is when it comes to Tier 1.
But there we go. So, the provisional finishing position, Ugoni takes first, followed by Laurentia and Chris Bailey rounding out the podium, followed by LRL, Ziad, Anton, Saviour, J Sarge, Redcar, and Call Me the Brave for the points positions, followed by Alex Egerich, Loppy, Nick BT, Sociopath, Europel, Kisa Soze, and our DNFers were Calvin, Dumbest Hornet, Mark H, and G-Star Snipes. So, Bit, who is your driver of the day?
Looking at position gains, it's a very close one between Call Me the Brave and Redcar. And if I was going to go off of that, because he finished just a position higher, I would say Redcar, but you can't take anything away from that top 5 because their racing and awareness was just phenomenal, but I'm going to give mine to Redcar.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually can't disagree with you and Fabian. Ryan had an absolutely phenomenal race there. And, yeah, just very quietly kept himself going and got himself some points. Driver of the day, 100%, goes to Ryan. Redcar Rembo.
Yeah,
well
another
done,
person
mate.
who's over the moon with that is our resident Captain Hodge in the YouTube chat, who's over the moon that Redcar has managed to get points for Aston Martin tonight.
Yes, very unfortunate for you, mate. So, thank you all for joining us for Tier 1. We will be back on Wednesday when our Tier 3 boys will be going around Japan at 7:30 PM. We hope to see you all then, and thank you for joining me, Bit. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure as well. First time in the box for Tier 1, seeing these boys do what they do best, and I will say this, it was phenomenal.
It's amazing. So good. So yes, thank you all for joining us. We hope to see you on Wednesday night. Good night.